Hello and welcome to Politics Today on Channels Television. I'm Sheung Okinbaloe. It's a new month and the month of Nigeria's presidential and parliamentary elections, considering that the polls have now been shifted to March 28th and April 11th, where as Nigerians march to the polls, there are a lot of expectations towards that very crucial election that everybody is expecting, both on the international scene and locally. Nigerians are looking forward to that moment when they will be able to cast their votes. A lot of issues have come forward. The issues of permanent voter cards, the distribution of it is generated a lot of controversy, and also the deployment of military for the election has been another argument that has been taken back and forth in the political atmosphere in Nigeria. Another major one is the allegation of a purported plans to sack the INEC chairman, Professor Attahiru Jega. But much of the political activities that we saw in the past week happened at the Senate and the House of Reps, at the National Assembly. The representatives and the senators from across the nation, they gathered, and you know what happened? They're not on the same plate, especially the PDP and the APC lawmakers. They're not agreeing in most of the issues that came up. And that's our major focus on the program today. My name is Sheung Okinbaloe, and I'd like to introduce my guests to you. I have Senator Babafemi Ojudu, representing Ekiti Central at the National Center, at the Senate. Thank you so much for joining us.
Nice being here. Thank you very much.
And from our Abuja studio is Senator Ita Enang, representing Akwa Ibom Northeast, is a PDP Senator. Senator Ita Enang, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's start the conversation with Senator Ita Enang. It seems that your party and the APC have not agreed on anything whatsoever relating to the 2015 general elections. Let's start with the issue of summoning the INEC chairman, Professor Attahiru Jega. The APC believed at that point in time that it wasn't Jega that has an issue. According to them, it's the security chiefs, and they were saying at that time that instead of bringing Jega to address the Senate, the APC lawmakers were asking that the security chiefs should be summoned. And at this point in time, your party seems to be at loggerheads with the APC at the National Assembly. What's your take about the ongoings there?
For me, the Senate, we do not address matters just on the basis of political party interest or interest. We endeavor to address it on the basis of national interest, overall national interest. And we considered, of course, the question was put by Mr. President, the President of the Senate, and it was agreed that we should invite the chairman of INEC. And the President of the Senate, with respect, also said that if there is need to invite the service chiefs, and a different motion will be brought, one, and two, after hearing the INEC chairman, if it becomes necessary, a motion can be brought to bring the security chiefs. But my opinion is that at this time of Nigeria's history, we should not emphasize the interest of each or any of the political parties. The only political party, or the only party that we should emphasize, is Nigeria. Nigeria and Nigeria. Because when we conduct the elections and it comes out well, it is Nigeria that will be glorified. If we conduct the elections and it doesn't come out well, it is Nigeria that will be damnified. And the more we leaders, the respective political parties, all the interest groups should do one thing. One, we should endeavor to consciously cloak INEC and the activities of INEC and the personnel and officers of INEC with legitimacy. We should do everything to protect their integrity. We should do everything to make the voting public see them as capable of conducting and prepared to conduct credible election. We should also give INEC great opportunity. I mean, we should also give our military institutions the credibility. We should not drag them into the conduct of the elections itself or issues that is capable of discrediting them. Because at this time, we need to build confidence of the public. At this time, we need to build the confidence of voters Nigerian voters who will go out to vote, that there will be security, that the vote will count, that the vote will be counted, and all that. We in the Senate try as much as possible to avoid partisan coloration for and in respect of our actions.
A lot of Nigerians will respect your modesty and the way you have succinctly put your thoughts regarding the way the senators, especially the upper chamber of the Nigerian parliament, have conducted themselves in the past weeks. But then we know for sure that they are dissenting voice. Tell me, Senator Ita Enang, what your thoughts are and that of your party now that the APC members said at that time that 6 weeks might not just be an enough time to douse the issue of insecurity in the land. And that was the major excuse, or that was the major reason why the elections were postponed at that time. Do you think your party still agrees with what the APC said at that time, or you think that INEC is not ready?
I will believe that I shouldn't speak at this time for parties, for each or any of the political parties. I should speak as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And speaking as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing the people of Akwa, Ibom, Northeast, and again, as senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing the opinion of Nigerians, modest Nigerians, and I thank you for the compliment, that now it is Nigeria that is contesting the election. It is Nigeria. It is Nigerians. Whatever happens in the election will affect Nigeria, will affect Nigerians. I want us, with the greatest respect, to de-emphasize the opinion of each of the political parties. The political INEC is standing for election. The Nigerian security agencies are standing for election. And how are they standing for election? They are standing for election by virtue of the fact that however each and all of them and all of us conduct ourselves will give credit to the result of the elections. Talking of the armed forces and the 6 weeks, I think the Nigerian armed forces perhaps has never deserved praises other than the past 3 weeks. And for the past 3 weeks, I have asked myself, the Nigerian armed forces had this capacity, had this ability, had this reach, had this courage. Where was that courage? Where have they suddenly gotten it out from? Because I am surprised, I am elated, I'm happy, I feel proud as a Nigerian, I feel well defended, I feel protected, that the armed forces could undertake what they have undertaken in such a manner as to give the President, Commander-in-Chief, the confidence to fly in to go and give courage to his troops, his men, and in the field. Areas that were hitherto taken as unreachable, as such that can be visited, they have routed out the insurgents. They are now doing cordon and search. They are now recovering the arms used by the insurgents, and they are generally giving credit to themselves. I watched yesterday or some days ago when Nigerians marched on the streets of Abuja to compliment, and they went to see the Chief of Defense Staff, I think, or the Chief of Army Staff, and I think they were received by Olukolade, the spokesperson of the Nigerian Armed Forces, or of the insurgents, of the campaign against insurgency. And I felt so elated. Now, all this happening shows that the timeline set by INEC and the reasons given by INEC that the armed forces and the security agencies were involved in the campaigns against insurgents and will not be able to provide the kind of backup they needed for the elections. I think it is justified. And I believe that in the next 4 weeks that is remaining, or a few weeks, the armed forces would have been able to complete what they need to do, such that only a skeletal detachment of our forces will be at the war front, will be at that front, while the rest would be able to provide such backup as may be needed by the President, Commander-in-Chief, to aid the electoral process.